Well, hi there, beach friends. How do you feel about a really low tide walk on the beach looking for some shells and critters and birds and whatnot? Well, if that's the kind of thing you feel like doing, you're in luck because that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's go to the beach. Today we are going to be at Fort Myers Beach. I frequent this beach. It generally provides me good stuff. It's easy access. And we're going to start off with a little bit of churning surf here. That's what I was contending with, and I got myself an olive. Okay, that's a pretty guy. Not a golden one, but he's real pretty. And looks like we got ourselves pretty good pear whelk. When I say pretty good, it's a little bit of a chip there. What else are we gonna find? Oh, a cone. Here we have a Florida cone, not too shabby. He's chipped a little bit, but great color. The cones are always a fine find. And a little, oh man, it's broken. How pretty. Oh well. What do we got here? Oh, another one. That's a banded tulip. He's chipped. We'll just look at it from this angle. What else we got? Here's some stuff rolling around. See if we can find something good like this guy. Oh, it's real pretty. That is a juvenile Florida fighting conch. Oh, I love the pattern on that guy. What do we got here? A giant Atlantic cockle hinge. He's been rolling around for a while. That's definitely a little bit too much cleaning for me, so I'm gonna leave it where I found it. Another olive, giving it the old gloss test. I wish you guys could feel olives because when they're shiny, they're really, really glossy. They're awesome. Here we have another chipped pear whelk. At least it's got a little color on it. And a lightning whelk. That's a swell little pointy guy, right? All right, let's just take a minute and listen to the beach. I love when there's nobody there. It's my favorite. All right, what do we got? Ooh, oh, that's a really pretty lightning whelk. Really dark color. He's a decent size. Oh, that's a fabulous find. Real happy with that. Looks like I'm gonna get my, oh, now that's an awesome olive. Look how pointy he is. All right, got a little story here. Now this beautiful banded tulip, gorgeous shell, but I didn't keep it because I was shelling very close to another woman who was from Texas, and I felt kind of grabby about it. And plus I get to shell all the time. So she was close enough and I felt like she should have this shell. So I handed this shell over to her and she gave me something in return. I'm gonna tell you about that a little bit later in the video, but this guy I did not take home. But this guy I did. He's real pretty, little banded tulip. And a lightning whelk, complete with beach stuff. Yep, there's the beach stuff, and there's the shell. Ooh, look how dark that guy is. I can't help it, guys. I love those olives. What do we got here? That is a washed out with a little hole in it alphabet cone, but still a decent find. And check this out. I hadn't even put down that first one yet, and I found another one. Now, again, not in great shape, but still, finding the cones is always kind of cool. Look at this little guy. See the little eyeball? It's a juvenile Florida fighting conch. He's kind of chilling out in there. Can't keep him. So we'll just admire the shell and put him back. What? Another cone. Woohoo! That's a Florida cone. He needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but still, the cones are cool. Ooh, look how dark and light. Oh man, that's an awesome olive. You guys probably think I'm nuts, but I love them. What a little nutmeg. Hardy little shells. And another one. I love that little twisty part on the inside. And a juvenile horse conch. It's just a little guy. He's still pretty. I love that they're bright orange. Gotta love that orange. Another cone. Look at that. Now this guy's pretty devoid of any color, but that is a Florida cone. There's some pelicans just kind of hanging out. Figured I'd pick my head up, see if I see a dolphin or anything. And back to shelling. Oh, hey buddy. Here we have a live banded tulip. There's his operculum kind of poking out there. Aw, pretty shell. All right, buddy. Thanks for the visit. Just put you back. Ooh, and an apple murex. He's a little pitted and not perfect, but I'm still gonna keep him. And another one. Ooh, now he's in much better shape. That's like almost perfect. Great color, intact. And here we have a Florida fighting conch, and look at how knobby. See all those little points on the top? Look at that compared to this guy. This is almost like a knobless Florida fighting conch. Same shell, like same variety of critter, but this one just looks so much different. Interesting. And here we have a sand dollar, and he is expired, so he is safe to keep. And I just decided, I'll leave him for somebody else. I got plenty of sand dollars. And Discdocenia. These are fun shells. I have seen them when they were actually littered the beach with these guys. They're kind of cool. And another olive. He's happy. It's a fine shell. And another nutmeg. Oh, he's cool. He's got his point. He's not quite as white as some of the other guys, but still a good shell, right? And another pear whelk. Well, that's unusual. He's in pretty good shape. He's got his color. He's not too broken. Neat shells. And another one. Look at this little guy. I like the tops of them. They just kind of got that twirly thing. It's a fine shell. I see some olives rolling around there. So this is kind of what I'm doing. Just kind of walking along, seeing if something kind of strikes my eye. I might hang around and try to grab it. Let's see, what am I hunting? A nutmeg with a couple holes. Oh well. Not perfect, but it'll do. Looks like I see another. Yep. Ooh, he's got some nice color on him. He's missing his little top, but he's got great color. Good size. Oh, I can't resist. Look at that. Oh, he's nice and big. Look at how big that shell jammed in there is. Ooh, that's a fabulous big fat olive. And this, I was looking up on the beach and I spied this guy. Oh, this is a true tulip and it would have been so pretty, but it's busted. So let's check it out. Keep moving. Looks like some of the tide is pushing some of the shells on the beach. So now I'm going to have to start zigzagging. Back in the water, found this fabulous apple murex. Nobody's home. He's a keeper. Hermit crabs like those for some reason. And here I am up on the beach. I see a crown conch. Oh, well, I see a third of a crown conch. I actually kind of like that. I like the way that this guy is broken. So I'm going to keep it. I got a Nautica. Yay! Colorful moon snail. I love these guys. Oh, he's in fabulous shape. Great color. You can see his stripes. Oh, he's pretty. Yay. Oh, looks like I might have just ran into my husband who found 2 nutmegs and a gorgeous juvenile Florida fighting conch. Holy cow, is that thing pretty. Nobody's home, just making extra special care. Ooh, oh man, look at that stripe in the middle. That's awesome. I am loving that shell. All right, what else we got? Another cone. What? There's another Florida cone. It's got almost no color, but still a cone. Holy cow, it's cone day at Fort Myers Beach. I found myself another Florida cone. At least he's got a little bit of color. Awesome cone day. And Florida fighting conch. Had to at least see if there's anything real special about this guy. He's just kind of a regular old standard run-of-the-mill Florida fighting conch, but I'm keeping it anyway. Ooh, a banded tulip. He's in relatively good shape, only a little chip. That'd be a great mirror shell, right? Just that one side. What else we got? Ooh, another crown conch, except this guy's not broken. Not great color. His spikes are kind of there, but they're not that easy to find. I'm keeping it. Looks like after all that shelling, I figured I needed a break. So let me just pick my head up and check out the birds drying themselves off. No dolphins today. But I did find this. Oh man. You guys think I'm nuts? I think that shell is awesome. No, it's just a Florida fighting conch, but still. And here's another one. This is a juvenile Florida fighting conch. I can't get over it. They're just so cool. I like it. And we got ourselves a shark eye. He's a little bit chewed up, but a shark eye nonetheless. At least nobody snacked on him. Another cone. Awesome. Another Florida cone. Really unusual to find this many cones on the same day. This has never happened to me. And an alphabet cone. All right, he's a little chipped, but he's got pretty good color. He's in pretty decent shape. That's a pretty good find. Wow, with these cones. Aw, and a little nutmeg. A little bright orange nutmeg. And lightning whelk. Two little orange guys. Oh, and a calico scallop. He's kind of pretty. These you'll find all over Sanibel. Not quite as easy to find on Fort Myers Beach. And a nutmeg. And an auger. If it was a critter kind of day, I'd have to be real careful because sometimes those hermit crabs will get in those guys, but I'm not finding that many critters, and that guy looks safe to take home. All right, looks like the water is cleared up a little bit here. A little easier to spot a cone. There's another Florida cone. All right, definitely not perfect, but I'm still kind of excited to find all these cones. And nutmegs. So it looks like it's either a cone or a nutmeg kind of day. Well, he's kind of cool. It's got kind of that white stripe on the left there. And a sunray Venus. I do like him when the accent color is black, but he's a little discolored. So we'll just kind of check it out and leave it for somebody else. And this handsome fella, this is a great egret. These guys grow up to about 32 inches tall. Don't see these guys as much. The herons I do see, not these so much. These guys specialize in skewering fish with their sharp pointed bill. They stalk the surf and other coastal waters, but they're actually more common inland. Go figure. Oh, and a rose petal talon. These are pretty much ubiquitous. They're everywhere. I don't always pick them up, but if it happens to be there, sometimes I'll just decide to keep it. Look at this lightning whelk. This is probably the prettiest lightning whelk we've ever collected. I thought it was spectacular. It's not just dark, it's black, and it wraps all around the edge there. Oh man, I thought that was just spectacular. And this guy was also really pretty, nice dark coloring, not quite as gorgeous as the previous shell, but still a very pretty lightning whelk. And a little keyhole limpet. I think this is the first one we found down here in Southwest Florida. Kind of cool. And a button snail. Whoop, they're tiny. Look at this guy. He looks like a chestnut turban, like that shape, the way he kind of spirals around, but on top he's quite a bit different. They don't get very big. That's about as big as they're gonna get. That's a cute little guy. And another nutmeg. Shocker. Watch, the next thing I find is gonna be a cone. Nope, a Fargo worm snail. I like those worm snails. They look nice, kind of all mixed in with the other shells. I'm gonna keep it. And another Discdocenia. Yep. Kind of I like the shape of those guys. So the tide is starting to come back in. It's covering up the sandbars again. The sun is coming out. It's a lovely kind of day. And if you like this kind of thing, I do recommend you subscribe. Well, this little short-spined urchin, bloop, he's alive. He's alive and well. He's fine. You do want to be careful if you're going to handle these guys, but it's perfectly safe. They cover themselves with shells and other debris using their suckered tube feet. So they do a little tube feet in there and it covers itself in shells. It's kind of a cool thing they do. And look at this guy. That is alive, even though he's kind of chipped. It looks like he repaired himself. That is a live sand dollar. So now that the tide is coming in, let's get him out in the water a little bit. Here you go, friend. And this guy, I was hoping it would be in good shape because I love the shell, the Florida fighting conchs that are that color, but he's a little beat up. Oh well. Oh, little top snail. These guys too, they do not get very big. That's about a medium-sized one, believe it or not. And another lightning whelk. So it looks like the tide is starting to push some shells up onto the beach. Look at this spiny little guy. That's a spiny jewel box. And he's a little bit pink and he's super spiny. Oh, I gotta like those guys. And another nutmeg. Why not? What's one more, right? Ooh, look how spiny he is. Oh, love, love, love those spiny weird shells. And this is a lace murex that has seen better days, complete with a diving pelican in the background. Not much to say about this guy, kind of beat up. Oh look, now here's a mangrove tree. They're all over, there's all different kinds of mangrove trees, and I just find they're interesting because they're so lifted off the ground. They kind of, with their roots, they're just kind of lifted, and they create cool little sanctuaries for critters when the water does get high. So it looks like the sun is definitely out at this point, and we're probably making our way back up the beach. And let's see what else we find on our return trip. Well, sure, I'll take a gaudy nautica. There's another colorful moon snail. Awesome. Now, remember when I told you the woman who I gave that banded tulip to also kind of left me with something? Well, this is a half-naked pen shell, and she was talking about these shells that looked like tacos. And I thought, you know what? You're right. That looks exactly like a beach taco. So I think from now on, I'm going to pick these up, and I'm calling them beach tacos, because that's what it looks like. Here's another lace murex. It's a little bit lacy, not too much, almost devoid of color, but still kind of a cool shape, right? Now, people have asked me, what do I use for a shell bag? So this beat up mesh thing, this is what I use. I've been using it since I started SWF Beach Life. I had to elongate the handle, and I just tied something on because I could not sew anything that wouldn't keep ripping. So I just tied that other expansion piece on there. That I will put my sand dollars, my delicates, any tinies, I'll put in that little container that always stays in my shell bag. And then I just kind of put that over my shoulder and off I go. So nothing fancy, nothing special, but it definitely works. And I'll add this to my bag, this little He's a little bit beat up, but there we have an apple murex. Yep, definitely got more stuff going on the beach now. What'd I find? A top snail. He's quite a bit bigger than that one we found earlier, but that's about as big as they get. And here we have a shark eye on the bottom, an apple murex in the middle, and another cone. Man, awesome cone day. And another little top snail. Cool. Little apple murex, he's in good shape, good color, little guy. Oh, he's pretty. And yay, another colorful moon snail. All right, this guy's got some mud and whatnot in there. Tried to kind of see what I could wash out. Looks like I'm gonna need to do a little bit more cleaning on that guy, but still, love them. Colorful moon snails. Of course, another cone. There's a Florida cone. Crazy how many cones today. And another top snail. It's so weird. You'll just find that same shell a couple times over. I don't know why it works like that, but it definitely does. And then we're gonna end it with this little bit broken but very colorful moon snail. Aw, too bad he's chipped, but I'm still keeping it. So this is all the goodies we found. We did pretty good today. Let's start off with a bunch of coral that I didn't show you collecting, but my husband picked up, and a couple scallops. Those are real pretty. Those crown conchs, one of them, there's only like half of it, but that's okay. I kept them anyway. And the Florida fighting conch, and all those nutmegs, which is crazy. A couple of those Florida, the lightning whelks, and that dark lightning whelk. So different than the other ones. Really, really pretty. A couple of the lace and apple murex, a bunch of olives, couple shark eyes, a bunch of Gaudy nauticas. I mean, that's awesome in itself. All those cones, crazy, crazy cones. And then a couple of these top snails, a couple button snails, spiny jewel box, that limpet, that was kind of cool. And the banded tulips, and some augurs and seraph. So all in all, really fun day to be out and about. And I thank you guys for coming with me. Next week, I'm going to take you to Lover's Key, and we are going to preview their Discovery Center, which it's not open yet. So you guys are going to get to see something that nobody else has seen yet. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next Sunday.